Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Towards Light podcast. I'm your one and only host, Walker Williams, and this is a place to where you can learn, you can grow your consciousness, and you can be your best self. This podcast is all about letting go. I'm so happy that you all are here today, and I hope y'all are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world and in the universe. And I have a question for you. Did you know that letting go is the way out? Did you know that letting go is the path to freedom? And if you know, that's great. But if you don't know, this is the podcast for you. This podcast is all about letting go. Let that shit go. Let it go. If ain't nobody told you today, I'm telling you. Let it go. And we're going to break down. We're going to go through my personal stories. We're going to go through ways of how to let go. We're going to touch on every topic today. And hopefully I can do it in a short form. Hopefully I don't take too long today. I want to make this a not too long podcast, but I definitely want my message to hit. So we're going to see. I want to start off saying in this podcast about just talking about just the inception of life, When we're born, we come into this existence so clean, so pure, right? But as we progress through life, we accumulate a lot of energetic debt. It's a lot of things that come into our frame of conscious that supposed to keep going, but we be like, no, I want this right here. No, I want it to be like this. I want it to stay the same, right? When it's supposed to naturally flow through, right? We pick up on all of these things and we want all of these things in some aspects or certain ways to stay the same, right? And that attachment to these things that flow into our life, whether it's relationship, whether it's people, whether it's material things, whether it's we accumulate things that we can hold on to, people opinions of us, of people expectations of us. We can hold on, we can attach to a lot of different ideologies and beliefs as we go through life, right? Now, the Buddha has said, attachment is the root of suffering. Let me say that again. Attachment is the root of suffering. And the reason why I said that is because when you hold on to something, when it's time for it to naturally pass through, the resistance of that change, it physically and energetically hurts you because you're holding on to something that either has been overdue to pass through. So you holding on, you hurting yourself and affecting yourself because you're not letting it naturally go through. And letting go in general heals us. It heals our soul. It cleanses our energy, right? Letting go is very important for us in a very important tool and way of thinking that we have to acquire for ourselves to live a better life. And I want to speak on this. Like, I spoke on this on my previous podcast, on my spiritual awakening podcast. If any one of my listeners remember about the 12 universal laws of the universe. And one of those laws are the law of rhythm, basically stating that nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent in this universe. Everything is always flowing, moving, changing, coming, going. It's never going to be static. It's never going to stay the same. And that mindset of things, you have to look at life that way. Everything will always change. Even the people that you love will not always be here. The relationship that you have or that you had, it's not going to always be here. These things are going to continue to happen. This is This is a natural law of the universe. And I would even say for myself, I in my early days, I used to definitely hold on to things that didn't serve me no more. Whether if it was fantasies in my head that I wanted to happen that was really not for me. Basically like going for things that wasn't aligned with me. And I didn't want to face that reality for myself when I was growing up, like it was some things that I was wanting that looking back in hindsight I should have picked up, but like that just wasn't gonna work out, right? But at that time in my head in my younger 20s, I used to feel like, I can make way for it, or I can make space for it, or I can show a person that, like I'm this person, right? But it's like it was hard for me to let go of wanting things to be a certain way that I felt like it should be. When honestly, it feels like when you don't want to let go of something, it's like you feel like that's the only way that it should be. Well, if you think about it, it's just like what that thing that you holding on to, or that reality that you holding on to, what if once you release it, the other side is way more better than you could ever imagine, right? And a lot of times we'll hold on to things that are not good for our energy, that's not serving us, that's not giving to us, not providing that energy to help us continue to grow. A lot of times we hold on to things that are comfortable to us. Like a lot of times, especially in relationships, you might feel like it's easier to go back to a person because you're just comfortable with that person. Does that person truly makes you happy? Does that person truly make you feel seen, make you feel heard? Does that person actually make you feel like you can be your best self? Or you just going back because you feel like that's your only option, right? And especially if it's toxic, and especially if the relationship is toxic, if it's a toxic relationship, a lot of times even then you still hold on to that and cling to that. When you know that you deserve better, you know that you deserve a better experience, but the ideal of the comfortability is so easy to go fall back on. Like, okay, like I know like this is like this that, but I don't want to lose that person, or I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, like, or I don't want that person to find somebody, right? But you holding on to that is literally affecting you and really killing your spirit. If you're not happy, if you're not feeling your best self, if you're not feeling like this is a place where you can grow and flourish, then you literally attached to that person. And it's not a healthy attachment. And releasing those things from yourself can really give you a great cleanse. And honestly, I would say this too, like meditation helped me tremendously with my ideal of letting things go. If you practice meditation, you will understand. And if you don't, I really recommend that you will practice meditation, because meditation literally taught me not to cling to things, but also because it teaches you, it helps you not cling to your thoughts. When you're meditating, you'll realize that you'll have 100 thoughts, right? But the purpose of meditation is to become the observer of your thoughts, to become the observer of the things that come into your conscious, but not allow them to stay. See, a lot of times we attach to our thoughts. We attach ourselves to our thoughts too, and we believe that we are our thoughts when we're not our thoughts. And meditation will help you become aware that you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are always coming and they're going. They're always fleeting. They're always coming and going. And once I realized that, when you sit in silence and a thought comes into your frame of consciousness, right? Once you be the observer of that, it goes away, right? And it helps me use that when it comes to real life. It helps me really think about myself and the things that I'm holding on to, right? Because like I said about the law of rhythm, when experiences and things come into your life, your goal is to not hold on to it, right? Nothing, that's what I'm saying, like nothing is permanent, right? So it's like enjoy the things that are here in your life, but when it's time for those things to leave, you have to naturally let it run its course. You have to let it go when it's time. Holding on to things will only hurt you in the long run. It will only hurt you. And then another thing I want to talk about too is holding on to these energies will create debt for you, right? And I spoke about that in the early on in the pod. But the karmic debt that you will get from clinging on to these things not only affects your spirit, but it holds you down. It holds you down into this whole duality of life and death. The whole cycle. It holds your energy down because once you die, you don't take nothing material with you. But everything energetically, I believe comes with you. I believe comes with you. Everything that you hold on to, the grudges that you hold on to, the things that you haven't healed, the things that you haven't dealt with within your spirit, within your mind, within your heart, all of those are energetic debt, right? And we have to cleanse and we have to forgive and let go of the people that hurt us. Let go of the toxic relationships that are not good for our soul. Let go of people expectations of us. Let go of people opinions of us. Let go of negative beliefs that don't serve us. Like all of this will help us be more free, will help our soul be more cleansed and more light. The lighter we get, the more that it's easy for us to transcend and keep going into who knows what, right? It will help us to continue to get back to ourselves. And I will always say this, like Ram Dass said, we are all walking each other home, and letting go is the way out. You have to let go, people. Let go. I want to say this too. There's an important quote by the Buddha. Also, he said that you only lose what you cling to. Let me say that again. The Buddha said that you only lose what you cling to. Let me say that again. You only lose what you cling to. Right? In your mind, if you feel like you lost it, then that means you're clinging to it. But the freedom, you never lose. It's never a loss when things go out your life. It's never a loss. It's never a loss when things go out your life. That is, like I said, that is a natural way of the universe. And we have to get to a point to where we understand that concept. It's going to help us to be able to move more freely through life, to enjoy things, to really appreciate things, because nothing is permanent. There's beauty in that concept. It's beauty in that, truly. Because knowing that things are not permanent, it will allow yourself to really be more appreciative of that thing, that person, that whatever that you have, that relationship, your wife, your husband, your kids, if you have any kids, your pets, your dogs. It is so important to really appreciate the things that you have in your life, and also appreciate the things that leave your life. Because if it leaves your life, that means it is not meant to be in your life now. And it's time for you to bring new energy in your life. A lot of times we can be stuck in a way of like holding on to that same energy for a long period of time, where we have been blocking ourselves from allowing better energy to come into our life. And the realization of that, you have to sit back and really think about, what am I holding on to? What thoughts am I holding on to? What people am I holding on to that's not serving me? You have to really think about that. Go deeper within yourself. Be very introspective. Let go of that grudge. Let go of them grudges. So this year, let go of them grudges. Let go of that guilt. Let go of that need of control. Because honestly, the control is another aspect of not letting go and holding on to things too, because you feel like you have it. There's a process where you feel like you can control what other people, you want to control what other people see in you. You want to control what other people say to you, or their thoughts, or how they perceive you. You want to control that, right? You want to find ways to try to do that. But the letting go process is knowing that you can only control what you can. How people perceive you, what people think about you, what people's opinions of you are, everything is out of your control. The only thing you can control is what you believe in yourself. What do you perceive of yourself, your own integrity, and knowing who you are, knowing that you are everything, and knowing that you are enough. And that's all that you need to know. What other people, how other people feel, don't have nothing to do with you. Nothing. And once you be able to really release that way of thinking of that all these people is thinking about you, like she think I'm this, or he think I'm that, da, 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 like, oh my God, like this is the da, da, da. No, you know that you the shit. You know that you are amazing. You know that you are intelligent. You know that you are the best, right? That's all that matters. And I'm telling you, and once we live in this way of thinking, we'll become so much free. We'll become so much at peace with ourselves, knowing that we're not holding on to anything. We are allowing everything to pass through. And we can even talk about death too, because death is a very tough subject to talk about. But dying in this life is guaranteed. That's why it's the law of rhythm. Nothing is here forever. You have to adapt. You have to adapt to change. It's so much beauty in letting go. It literally heals your spirit. It literally helps you be at peace with yourself, and it helps you literally get back to your true inner self before all of these things accumulated in your life. Before everything, when you was a kid, you allowed things to happen, right? When you was a kid, if something was to happen, you would cry about it, but the next day you off it. You're not thinking about it no more, right? But once you get older, you start collecting all of these things and your experiences, and you hold on to these experiences, and you hold on to these thought patterns of yourself that is not necessarily true for you. But you hold on to that, so it affects you in today's time. Some people in the world is probably still being affected by something that was said to them 15, 20 years ago. And I know that could be a thing. And if that is you, I'm telling you now to let it go. A wise man once said to let go of the past, let go of the future, right? Because we tend to, and we also tend to hold on to things from the past that happened, and it stays in our energy field. And we also think of, we hold on to things that ain't even happened. We imagine things that haven't even happened in the future, and it affects us in the present. When all honesty, None of that is happening. Let's be real. Everything that happened in the past is not happening now. This is the important thing that I want you to know. This is why I want y'all to read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Nothing is happening now in the present moment. But we tend to hold on to things that either ain't even happened or things that happened in the past where all of that is fantasy. It's all fantasy because it's in here. It's not happening now. What is going on right now? Answer that question for me. Sit there and think about what is happening now in this present moment. Is those things, or is that people, that is that person that hurt you in the past right here? Is that thing that left your life here right now? Or is it what somebody said to you? Is that going on right now? Or let's speak in the future. Is whatever you feel like going to happen in the future, is that happening right now? No, it's not. This is the thing that we affect our own selves, and we affect our own energy because we allow everything to affect us. That's all in here. It's not going on right now. And once we work on letting go of things that are not happening in the present moment, our life will become more easier. We become to have so much gratitude and appreciation of what I spoke on. Appreciation of life and the things that are here now. Not the things that left, but the things that are here now. But also appreciate the things that left. Appreciate the things that left because that's a blessing. If somebody leaves your life, let them. If somebody wants to leave your life, let them go. Because they're not meant to be in your life in the first place. Don't harm yourself because you want to hold on to them. If they want to go, let them go. Let yourself be free. And guess what? Most of the times you're going to bring something 10 times better into your life that is way more better for your energy and your spirit. And this is all out of love, and this is all coming from love. Because even myself, like I said, even with myself, I had to go through this. And I had to learn the importance of allowing things, people, ideals, fears, all of those things to go. I had to really go within myself, go deep within myself to release those negative patterns of holding on to things. And my life has been way better ever since I was able to do that. My life has been way better. Even with anything. If it's time to go, you just have to adapt. Like I have lost 3 cars. I have lost 3 cars in like over the last 3 years. I want to say 3 cars. Was it 3? No, 2 cars. Okay. I have lost 2 cars over the last 3 years. Right? I had my first car. It was my Prius, my Toyota Prius. My first baby. I called it Dory. It was a 09 Prius. Right? And it totaled. That was my baby. You know, I miss my baby, but it was time for it to go. I was emotional about it. I wasn't ready for it to go. I just was about to pay off my note for it, but it was time for it to go. That car wasn't. But my second car, this was another car that I planned on having for the rest of my life. Both of these cars, I plan to have these for a long period of time, but the universe was like, no. I had a white Prius. If you understand, I love Priuses. I'm team Prius all day. It is what it is. I got a 2023 Prius now, and I love it. But I had a white Prius, and I didn't total it. Somebody totaled it. I got into an accident, and it totaled. And, I was emotional about it. I was frustrated that it happened, but I didn't hold on to that. I didn't hold on to my cars, I just allowed them to go and understand that I had to adapt to something else. It's time to bring new energy into my life. Um, and that's even with relationships. I struggle with letting go of relationships, and even though emotions still arise to this day. Um, but I've done so much inner work with myself to not allow those emotions to stay. Feel the emotions, but don't allow it to stay. Feel the emotions, but don't allow yourself to go back to that shit. If you get what I'm saying. Um, and I'm saying all of this. You have to accept what is. That's the most important thing. Accept what is. Even in the in the Christian world, people love to say let go and let God. It's the same thing. You got to let go and trust that whatever come next is going to be even better. And we're not holding on to things. We're not holding on to things. We're not holding on to anger. We're not holding on to fear. We're not holding on to none of that. Buddha once said, and I love quoting Buddha because Buddha was so ahead of his time. But Buddha once said that holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Because you holding on to anger for so long for something that happened, you want some type of effect to come. You want something, you want your get back with it. And it's only holding on to anger, holding on to a grudge is only affecting you in the long run. It's not affecting nobody but you. So we have to get out of that. We have to snap out of that and cleanse our spirit. So I challenge you this week to really go within yourself, to understand. I'm not going to put too much on you, but to think about one thing that you might be holding on to that you can let go of. It can be something small. It could be something big that you want to practice on letting go of. But I just want you to go within, really feel your energy and see what is inside of you that you've been holding on to that is not serving you. And I challenge you to release it. It might not be easy, but I want you to work on it. And starting to work on it is better than not even noticing that it's in you and it's affecting you. So I encourage all of my listeners to become aware of the things and frustrations or expectations of other people that is inside of you, or relationships that no longer serve you. I dare you to go within, to really feel and ask yourself, is this serving me? Is this holding this energy? Is this for my higher good? Is this for the betterment of my soul? I want you to ask yourself that. And I want you to try to release that and work on letting go of it. And that's it, you guys. That is the podcast. And I really hope that this episode really helped you to go within and allow you to be really, I hope you receive the message in a way in understanding my story. But I really hope y'all really enjoyed this podcast. I hope y'all really take this one home to you and your energy and your spirit. Please let go of these things. Please, I hope I'm sending all love to everyone that watched this and hope it really affects you and resonate with your spirit to be able to let go of things that don't serve you. I genuinely wanted to talk to you all about this, and it was really in my heart to speak on this. And I hope that this is a very informative podcast. And I hope it just encourages you to continue to go deeply within yourself, to ask yourself important questions that you need to continue to heal and to grow. We're all walking back to the eternal light. Make sure you let go of the things that are not for your higher good. Make sure that you love yourself enough to let go of things that don't serve you. Make sure that you continue to grow and continue to be around people, continue to have better mindsets and better spirits to help you continue to grow and evolve in this lifetime. I'm sending you all love from the bottom of my heart. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll be back again next Wednesday. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow me on my socials. Make sure you continue to support, because we have a long, long, long journey. Long journey. And I can't wait to have y'all with me through it all. Thank you. We'll be back. I know it's supposed to be the end of the episode, but I would be remiss if I don't speak about this being my 10th episode, people. Give it up. Come on. 10 episodes of the Walking Towards Light podcast. This is a milestone. I made it to 10 episodes. And I'm so grateful. I say it again. I'm so grateful for everybody who has supported me so far in these 10 episodes. So many people that subscribed to me, who gave me feedback. This is for y'all. I will continue to put my best foot forward. I will continue to spread my light and spread my love to people. And I can't wait for y'all to see how everything unfolds. And I am truly grateful that I have y'all here to be with me on this journey. This has been the best thing that I've done for myself. Truly, this is my mission. This is my life purpose. And living through that with me has been the most fulfilling thing for myself. And we're going to keep going. Episode 10. We got 500 more to go. Shit, maybe not even 500. We might hit 1,000. Ain't no telling, but I truly appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you again. I'm so grateful. Gratitude. Now, we're officially out. See you next time.